Of course, I mean, you always want to do well at tournaments where you've done well, and obviously, the U.S. Open is a special tournament for me, and I always, I wasn't able to defend my title in 2006, so coming here as a defending champion has been a new experience and something that kind of keeps it fresh too, because it's new, and it was a little busy, obviously the first, when I got here the first few days before the tournament, but it was nice experiences, and tennis-wise as well, I felt that I've been improving every match, and we'll see, want to try and keep it going.
Sorry, you don't seem to be playing like you're under pressure as a defending champion. Do you feel the pressure, and how do you deal with that level of expectation?
I mean, I guess when you're older, and having played obviously a lot of Grand Slams, and you don't feel. I mean, pressure is a privilege. It's something that comes because you've done well in the past, and I think I look at it in that way. I know how hard it is to try and win those 7 matches, and how much you have to be focused and work, and especially on the details. But it's something that is something that I think is more creative from the outside. I try to do well every tournament that I play, but it's not easy. But I'm not bothered too much about the outside talk.
When you came back, I mean, obviously you proved, the comeback was the right thing to do by winning last year and proved something to yourself. But do you have anything more to prove to yourself, or is this all sort of gravy now? I mean, is it just whatever happens is great, or do you have, an idea that, it's still certain things I want to prove to myself?
I mean, I decided to come back because I obviously wanted to try and get back to, the level that I used to play, and I wouldn't have been satisfied, being ranked, in the top 20 and kind of just, playing tournaments here and there, and not competing for titles. Obviously, I don't know if I would have still been going if I felt like maybe physically I couldn't handle it, or if just my tennis-wise I wasn't able to produce the same kind of level. So it is something that obviously drives you, and I would like to do well in each Grand Slam that I play, but it's not I never felt that I had to play tennis, but in the past, obviously, when you're younger and you kind of grow up in that lifestyle where you start to defend, and you have to start defending points, and I think there's a different type of pressure, and I think you kind of feel more like sometimes you have to go and play this tournament because you have tournaments to do, points to defend, and I think now, I mean, I don't look at it like that at all. I'm playing tennis because I enjoy it. Obviously, there's days where I enjoy it not so much, but I mean, that's a part of it, and but yeah, I mean, like you said, I don't, if I say in 6 months, okay, look, this has been fun and it's been good, and I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, and then I'm the one who decides, and that's a nice feeling to have.
Kim, when you were a kid, you and Elena both played at the Garden. Remember when the year end was at Madison Square Garden?
Yeah.
What do you remember about those days, and if you played her again, what would you...
I mean, we've played each other a lot of times already in juniors, and I remember even under 14s and under 18, we've played, I mean, we kind of grew up together, and played junior doubles against each other, French Open finals, and it's fun. I mean, it's nice to see that she's still going, and she's definitely she's always been a very professional athlete already back then. She was focused on her tennis, and that's never changed. I mean, she still has that same attitude, so which is why she's gotten so far too. So it's fun in a way to see how we kind of are still there.
In the back?
Kim, I was surprised how relatively easy it was so far for you. I mean, today against the former #1, it didn't take you even an hour.
No, I felt obviously today I knew once I got out there that Anna's the type of player who she's playing with a lot more confidence, and if I can stay with her in the beginning of those first few games where she was playing really good tennis, and if I could just stay with her and kind of just make her once in a while doubt a little bit, or just even when she's playing her best tennis, try and get retrieve a lot of balls, and just try to make the mistake. I really felt that was the case in those first 5 games that we played today, and then she starts making a few little unforced errors and a couple double faults, and I really tried to use the chances that I had, and that's what I did really well. And then once I was up, I think 3-1, I went to 4-2, and then I just felt like I was dictating very well during the points, and kind of using the two sides of the court well, especially with the wind. I think it's something you can either look at it as something frustrating, or you can look at it as, okay, this is something that tactically can help you maybe a little bit.
Kim, could you just talk about your potential match-up with Samantha Stoser? Obviously, you beat her quite easily already in the past. I mean, would you feel quite confident of getting past her?
I mean, I don't, think like that. Obviously, every match has to be played, and Sam is already, she's a different player than what she is a few years ago. So she's definitely improved a lot, and also she's a player who relies a lot on confidence, and she's very, she's one of the hardest hitters, but in a different way. With the heavy spin balls and the great serve. I think it's something that is obviously a little bit more tricky than what we're used to seeing these days, but it's a challenge. I mean, it's going to be a tough one for her against Dimitrieva, because you never kind of know. Dimitrieva is not a player who likes the heavy spin shots that much, so that's going to be a tricky one to see how they will how they'll play that match. But I mean, when I play Sam, obviously her forehand is one of the her best shots, and her serve as well. So I really have to try and to just stay focused on opening up the court in the forehand and just trying to go on that backhand.
Two
last questions in English.
Starting to feel
Sorry?
invincible here. You've won 18 matches in a row. It's some record.
Yeah. I mean, not that I think about it, but obviously, I want to try and keep it going. And I've always enjoyed playing here at the U.S. Open, and I remember, playing qualifying and playing Serena in 2001 or 2002, many years ago already. But just have that comfort and on the surface as well. I've always enjoyed playing on hard court, so it's a good surface for me to just move the way that I want to move, and yeah, so it helps.